Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to be jumping in here with the price action to start off the video here, but before I do jump into the price action, I do want to state that I am going to be focusing on the fundamentals in the development of what Nano's been doing, and that's what's been unraveling in the Nano team and the Nano community and Nano in general. But before we do get into the fundamentals and some of the announcements, I want to kind of look at the price action here, and I want to be talking about like this $5.7 Nano that I never thought I would actually see. Now, with me being a big enthusiast for this project, even way back in the early December days of it being called Ray Blocks and it being really low key and it being only on BitGrell, I've been following this project for a while, and I've always admired the community. I've always thought the community was amazing. I always have been glad to be able to take part of the community and to be part of the hype that has been with this project. I think the community and maybe sort of falling off, a lot of people part of the community kind of falling off and getting into other projects and being hyped about other things, I think that might be a big influence in like why we're seeing the price so low nowadays, especially with it being sort of a pre-alt season. There's a lot of new altcoins and there's a lot of new projects that people are probably excited about, and who knows, maybe they're taking some of their Nano money and going into other projects. But considering Nano's past history on the chart and its amazing run-up and its community and the awareness in the crypto space of Nano, and with Nano overcoming some hardships, including the Big Girl incident, I think you can make a pretty good case that we might not be seeing this number for much longer. But hey, that's just my opinion. So, I mean, like, for those who don't know, you can go ahead and visit the Nano website. If you don't know exactly what Nano is and how it operates, now it's totally different. I'm going to assume most people do know, but I do want to give a quick overview, and just in case somebody doesn't know, you can kind of skip a little bit of ahead if you do know all about Nano and how it operates. But basically, Nano, what sets it apart from Bitcoin, it only specifically aims to just be a currency. It's not trying to be anything else. It's just trying to aim its one niche into being a currency. And I don't know, I think I've heard Colin talk about maybe in the future having smart contracts maybe for the project or anything, but their one niche and one focus is to just only be a currency. And it's just as simple as that. And the thing I really do like about Nano is it's, you can even see it in the website interface of it being extremely simple, and it just wants to be a simple currency. Nano definitely runs off of a different infrastructure compared to what Bitcoin runs off of, and Nano runs off of a block lattice structure. And this is a lot more efficient to being able to validate transactions between senders and receivers. But with Bitcoin, it has a traditional way of using proof of work, and this structure basically means with every transaction in the network, it has to validate all the previous transactions that led up to the current transaction that's going down in order for that transaction to be validated. And that's not the most efficient way to do it. It's a lot of energy being consumed doing that. And with that, there's been a lot of cases to where people think that, say Bitcoin was globally adopted and everybody's using it, like say 20 years in the future. Now, I don't think Bitcoin could do that. Like with the energy consumption, it wouldn't be good for the environment, and it wouldn't even be hardly even possible. But this is discluding things like the Lightning Network that Bitcoin and Litecoin currently have and are like developing, but there's still things Nano has that the Lightning Network doesn't have, and the Lightning Network still might not even be possible if it was worldwide adopted. And I think Nano has a very good chance, and it's taking the proper steps to being able to be a very valid cryptocurrency only currency coin to be able to be globally adopted everywhere. Nano runs off of block lattice structure, and basically this is one network that pretty much has all transactions all kind of like connected, but they all have a ripple effect of validating each other. So all the transactions that led up to all the linear transactions that led up to one transactions, instead they have a system to where all transactions kind of simultaneously validate each other, and this is like a more effective way. So bear with me, I'm not the most technical person, of course. I'm not like a programmer or anything. I'm pretty much, I've researched these things, and I've known about these things for a while, and that's why I invested into this project. But this is basically this is what differentiates Nano from, say, like Bitcoin and other projects. With this system, this is really good because this pretty much eliminates fees. Like Bitcoin has fees, you have to have fees. You need fees because you have miners. And so with fees being eliminated, this eliminates having to have miners. But of course, people still set up things that are called nodes, which pretty much supports the Nano network, and people set these nodes voluntarily on their computers, and this pretty much helps the network and pushes. This is pretty much how the network operates, is off these nodes that people set up. And so with that, let's jump in here with what Colin has tweeted out with his special announcement of Universal Block Canary has been released. I don't know necessarily what they're meaning by canary. I think a canary is something to do with a mine shaft. But set aside that, basically universal blocks have been released, and that's what a lot of people have been waiting for, and I even sort of forgot about they're even developing this until today. So basically, what does this mean? Quick overview: universal block. So basically, you had a sender and a receiver and a modifying block. And these are 3 separate blocks, but basically what they did is they combined all these blocks into one operation. But what does this mean? What does that mean pretty much? That means pretty much that things like Ledger, like Nano, can now be used on hardware in Ledger. This furthermore making a real world use case, being able to have Nano on hardware, the hardware Ledger wallet. With this, they've been working on this for a second, I feel like, and this has really updated the whole node system. And with this pretty much leads to other things they can start focusing on. And with these other small little things they're kind of tying up with the project, I think even Colin has announced that they're going to be focusing on a marketing push. So as stated here by Troy, he's a developer. We can search him here on Twitter here, developer on Nano. Like I said, they're going to be furthermore leading to other things. They're going to be focused on like ledger pruning, which is like the Ledger wallet that they are going to be able to have Nano on. Improving I/O performance, which is input-output performance, sending, receiving, and rewriting the network to use TCP. TCP, or Transmission Protocol. This is a new thing because Nano used to run off of a thing called a UDP, and basically to skip all the technicals, they changed this because they think this is going to be a lot more stable of a system to pretty much run off Nano off of. As you can see here, Colin, who is a developer on the Nano team, once again has pretty much been commenting back and forth with this person that asked why they changed to TCP, and basically he states the feedback from people who are experts in networking have pretty much informed them to use TCP instead of UDP. For me, I have no idea if this is a good move or a bad move, but I do know that I am going to be trusting that the TCP is probably maybe a better option. But as you can see here, they're taking steps and they're changing things up and they're trying to perfect their currency, and this is why I love Nano. They're always updating the community and always taking the proper steps. And ever since the beginning have been pretty humble. With the giant run-up in December, we have to be reminded that by the team, there was no marketing push whatsoever when there was this giant marketing push all the way back in December. There was no marketing during this market. It was only people finding out about the project and people posting on Reddit and stuff. We have to take note of that. They haven't even been marketing yet. And this is the thing that's exciting me. So obviously this seems like some big power moves on Nano's part. We're going to see how it all unfolds. It seems like they're taking the necessary steps to keep moving the operation forward to possibly world dominance. Or maybe they have a long way to go and they still have to develop finalized wallets. Maybe the TPS is not going to be a good move. So I do want to kind of take a look here at the universal blocks. This is on their website, on their roadmap, and kind of take a look on what they're saying, what this means, universal blocks. Like I was saying earlier, currently there was 4 types of blocks: the send, receive, change, and open blocks. There was 4. I think I only stated 3, but basically they consolidate all these blocks into one type of block, and this basically means that all the data is bundled up and could be used for a lot more use cases, and this opens the door for many things, including being able to implement it on the Ledger wallet. As it states here, makes it more efficient to generate transactions from light to hardware wallets, drastically reduces process requirements for hardware wallets, and allows for aggressive ledger pruning, which means Ledger wallet. And things are looking definitely good for Nano. I am definitely excited for Nano. hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned a thing or two. Hopefully this broadened your perspective on Nano. As always, thanks for watching.